Hello, I'm Angle Grinder.
On location, Rick O'Shea.
Tonight, on this special 50th birthday edition.
Smelly ginger.
Ginger people do have sauce, right?
In the park!
Gingers.
Those stories and more tonight.
Hard to believe it's been 50 years since the often forgotten Redhead riots, or as the media dubbed it, the Gingers Fight Us.
Today, we're in suburbia, a regular house like yours or mine. But inside this one, we have a ginger that would like to remain anonymous. Let's call her Jan. We're going to talk to Jan today about her experiences.
So it's the everyday things that most people take for granted. Being ginger, it's things like you're just walking down the street. It's going for a coffee.
Oh my God.
And it's catching a cab even.
Uber for Jan!
And then there's the names that used to get called, particularly at school. Things like McVitie's Ginger Nuts, Duracell, the battery with a copper-coloured top, Ginger, Ginger Ninja, Blue, Ranger. Some people even thought I was Irish.
So the real question is, how does this impact the family members?
Tell me about your mother.
I love my mum, regardless of what she looks like.
How do you feel about having children yourself when you grow up?
I'm a carrier. I'm not having no ginger twins.
How do you feel about your mother?
Well, she's great. She does everything for me.
How do you feel about your mother being ginger?
She's not ginger. I'm not ginger.
So how is this intolerance represented at a street level?
I understand you're a member of Thug.
That's right.
Would you mind explaining what that represents?
Well, yeah, it stands for those horrible, unnecessary gingers.
And what is it exactly about our red-headed friends you don't like?
Oh, well, what isn't it? Like, sometimes at the weekend, right, I'm managing my own business and they're like cutting the grass at like 10:30 in the morning, right? And then other times they might be like washing their car even when they're not dirty. But what really gets me is like when they take their dogs for a walk in the park. Filthy gingers, filthy.
Obviously, I'm not an official spokesman for Woolworths. I can assure you, though, there is no official policy for stopping redheads touching the fresh produce.
Attention, Ranger's touching bananas, aisle 3.
Gotta go.
This ugly side of our society forces many of our red-headed friends to seek refuge in support groups, or in extreme cases undergo the radical process of transgingerism.
So how was it growing up as a ginger?
I'm not a redhead, I'm a brunette. I don't really know what you're talking about. I've never had anyone call me Fanta Pants, Fire Crotch, ask whether the drapes match the carpet, call me Duracell, Copper Knob, any of those things. I'm a brunette.
Let me rephrase. What was it like growing up different to others?
But I'm not different. I'm perfectly normal. I'm just like anyone else. I'm a brunette. I identify as a brunette.
And do you realise that you're wearing a wig?
I'm not wearing a wig. This is my natural hair. I don't really know why you've got me here, and I'm off that you have brought me here, wasting my time on a Saturday afternoon when I'm busy and I just want to kill you.
So there we have it. Try as she might to identify as normal, we see the fiery temper, the above average number of freckles, the complete inability to go outside in bright sunlight. It's sad, extremely sad. So sad.
With this prolific growth in transgingerism, is this the end for redheads as we know it? For answers, we speak to Anne, expert.
As you will all readily appreciate, redheadedness is fundamentally caused by a change in the MC1R gene, the so-called autosomal recessive mode of inheritance. And yet, what primordial cataclysm first triggered the genetic leap from orangutan, Pongo pygmaeus, to modern man, Homo sapiens? Indo-Javanese expeditions to Borneo first brought back reports of a distinctive tribe, wrongly identified as human, of four-limbed creatures coated in a thick lustrous covering of red hair. Emboldened by these reports, Christopher Columbus's navigator Pedro Alonso Nino commissioned his own expedition with the sole aim of bringing back the first live specimen. Nino made landfall on Borneo, then proceeded alone up the Kinabantang River. When he returned 2 years later, seriously malnourished and riddled with malaria, he had with him a mute, heavily pregnant, red-haired companion. During the return voyage, Nino's companion tragically died during childbirth, and Nino resolved to raise the surviving infant alone. And so we now believe, buttressed by modern DNA technology, that this infant was the mother of all modern-day redheads. And so, in conclusion, all that's left for us to do is join together in a lusty chorus of happy birthday. So come on everybody, join in.